So what you guys understand about approximate estimating? What is definition of approximate estimating and what is important in construction industry? Boom! So what is approximate estimating? Approximate estimating is a method used to predict cost of the construction during its early stage. Before detailed design or drawing are available, it relies on method approximate estimating that we share by share to give a rough idea of a total project cost. This method doesn't aim for a pinpoint accuracy but provide a cost estimate to help clients, consultants and contractors make early decisions, such as whether the project is feasible or within the budget. Next, what is important in the construction industry? So, in the construction industry, time and money is a very critical part. Approximate estimating allows stakeholders to plan, prioritize, and allocate resources wisely, even when only preliminary information is available. It also helps in comparing design alternatives, setting initial budget, and guiding further detail and planning. So, approximate estimating is very precious first step in project life cycle, giving everyone a financial direction before diving into more detailed cost planning. Now let's talk about the purpose of approximate estimating during the early stage of construction project. At this early phase, detailed plans and technical drawing are not readily available. That's why approximate estimating plays a primary role. It helps to predict the overall cost based on limited information. The main purpose is to give the client and project teams a realistic ideas of budget required. This is help deciding whether to proceed, revise or stop the project altogether. Additionally, approximate estimating helps to compare alternative design or construction method quickly to make sure the most cost-effective approach selected early on. So overall, the purpose is not give an exact figure but to provide decision making at the earliest project stage.
So now I want to explain about the four methods for approximate estimating, which is unit method, cubic method, floor area method, and the story enclosure method. The first one is the unit method. The unit method is one of the easiest cost estimation method where they apply at the national planning stages of a building project. And then the second one is the cubic method. The cubic method calculates the construction cost in terms of the building volume in cubic meters. It is the product of the length, width and height of the building and the cost rate cubic meter. And then the third one is the floor area method. The floor area method is the most commonly used estimation technique for residential and commercial building construction. It involves the calculation of the total built-up floor area of the building, including all usable and unusable spaces like corridors and surface areas, and then applying a cost rate per square meter. And the last one is the story enclosure method. The story enclosure method is the more complex and developed approach which calculates cost based on the total vertical surface areas of the building enclosure. It includes all the exterior and interior walls and partition and decorate the story or room within the building. Now, I want to show to you guys some suitable application from every method that we have been learned. Next, here we have a visual example of calculation using the four common methods of approximate estimating in construction. The first one is the unit method. This method calculates cost based on the number of units. For instance, if we are estimating 10 houses and each costs 150,000 ringgit, the total estimated cost is 1.5 million. This method is straightforward and best used when the units are identical or very similar. Next, the next one is the cubic method. This estimate cost based on the volume of a building. The volume is calculated by multiplying the building length, width and height. For example, a building with dimension 10 meters by 15 meters by 3 meters gives a volume of 550. The third one is the floor area method. Here, the cost is estimated based on the gross floor area. Suppose we have a floor area of 200 square meter and the rent is 2,000 per square meter. That gives a total estimated cost by 400,000 ringgit. This widely used method, especially in the earliest design stage. For the last one is the story enclosure method. This involves calculating the cost based on the enclosed volume of each story and applying a rate per cubic meter. For example, for a 2-story building with 300 cubic meter per floor and a rate for 1,100, the total cost would be 660 ringgit thousand. This method is detailed and suitable when there are variants between stories.
Do you guys know about the advantages and limitation of approximate estimating? The first one is unit method. The unit method is a quick and simple way to estimate construction costs using cost per unit, like per unit house or room. It's great for early planning and works well for repeated design like housing or schools. The main benefit is that it saves time and need minimal data. However, it's not very accurate, doesn't include detailed work like finishes or site development, and depends on old data, so it's best for rough estimate for not final budgeting. The second one is floor area method. The floor area method is a common way to estimate building costs. You multiply the total floor space by the average cost per square meter. It's simple, fast, and great for early stages estimates. It's useful when comparing similar buildings like houses or office, and works for many types of homes, shops, schools, and more. However, it doesn't include fancy materials, complex design, or finishes. It also leaves out external works like landscaping or fences. Last, the accuracy depends on having on up-to-date cost rates, so it's good for quick rough estimate but not for detailed budgeting. The third one is cubic method. Now let's look at the cubic method. This method estimates costs by measuring the full volume of a building length, width, and height. It's great for multi-story or large buildings and useful for comparing similar structures. But it's a bit more complex as it needs accurate 3D measurement. It also doesn't include external works and might miss special features or high-end finishes. So, it's more detailed than basic method, but still not ideal for exact costing in complex projects. Now, let's look at the story enclosure method. This method estimates cost by considering the basic dimension of multi-story buildings, like office or apartments. It's quick, simple, and often used early in the planning stages when a roof estimate is needed. However, it has limitations. It doesn't factor in detail like internal walls, finishes, plumbing, or external works like landscaping. Since it relies on general unit rates, its accuracy depends on how current and reliable those rates are. So, while it's perfect for quick estimates, it's not suitable for detailed or final costing.
Thank you, Sham. Next, I'm going to talk about one of the techniques that is used in approximate estimating to find the project cost. This method is called cubic method. So the formula that is used is volume multiplied by the rate per cubic unit.
This is the example of calculation. We have to calculate the cost of 2-story bungalow house. The data cost given is 550 ringgit per meter cube. We have to calculate the cost according to the pitch roof and flat roof. So first we have to find the volume and total cost for pitch roof. The volume of the building is determined by multiplying the length, the width, and the height of the building. As we can see from the drawing given, the length is 20 meter multiplied by the width, which is 10 meter, and the one in the bracket is the height, which will totalize to 8.75 meter. And the total of the building volumes is 1750 meter cube. Next, we will find the total cost of the building. Given that the formula is volume multiplied by cost per meter cube. So we will get 1750 meter cube multiplied by 550 ringgit per meter cube, which is given in the question. And the total cost of the building is 962,500 ringgit. Next, we will find the volume and the total cost for flat roof. As we can see here, The length and the width is still the same as the pitch roof, but that's in the brackets, which is the height will totalize to 8.6 meter. So we'll get 1720 meter cube for the volume of the building. Next, we will find the total cost of the building. The formula is still the same, volume multiplied by cost per meter cube. So we will have 1720 meter cube multiplied by 550 ringgit per meter cube. And then we have 946,000 ringgit as the total of the building.
Estimating the cost of a construction project is a crucial step in planning and budgeting. However, there are several factors that can impact the accuracy of these estimates, including the location, inflation, and the cost of materials. In this presentation, I will explain and we will explore the relationship these factors have on the reliability of construction project estimates. Explain about the location. The location of a construction project can have a significant impact on the overall cost, as a labor and material costs can vary greatly from one region to another. Inflation. Inflation is the general increase in the price of goods and services over time, which means the cost of materials and labor will likely increase over the course of the project. And the last one is cost of materials. The cost of material used in the construction project, such as lumber, concrete, and steel, can also vary depending on the market and the project location.
So, approximate estimating is a fundamental process in early stage any construction project to help project teams make informed decisions based on initial costs. So, based on our presentation about approximate estimating, it's clear that approximate estimating is play a strategic role in shaping the direction project, especially when time and cost are critical. So, here is our recommendation. So, by doing this, we can improve accuracy, reduce financial risk, and support better project planning for a very beginning. In short, while it not give exact number, approximate estimating is initial for smarter, more confident decision maker in construction. Drawing available.
Yeah.